Hello everyone, hope you are doing well. If you are new, I am Mayur. I am a UX designer and software engineer. And today we are going to discuss about something interesting, which is the factor of luck and a survivor bias. And to to record this video, I got a lot of friction, but I knew that there are some viewers who are really supportive and they always come back to my videos and give a small like that. Yes, that gives me a little social validation, and it feels good. So thanks for those who are continuously supporting me. Okay, so let's get into it. So the first one is factor of luck. What is luck? So let's just find what the definition says. What is luck? Yeah. So by definition, luck means success or failure apparently brought by chance rather than through one's own action. So you can see the luck defines as something that we don't do, something that is intangible. To understand luck, actually, Derek Miller from the YouTube channel Veritasium has an amazing video that you can watch it. To understand luck, he shows interesting result from a few of the studies researchers did. The researcher asked authors of the multi-author paper what was the amount of work they personally did for that publication, and the sum was always 140 or more. In the study, couples were asked how much of the work that they contributed in the household, and the sum always comes to be more than 100. So what was going on? How is that possible that the combined total of work is almost always more than 100%? And this finding was known as egocentric bias, which says that we always overestimate ourselves and underestimate others, not just end up doing more work but also creating more problems. So what do we learn? That was just one study which shows that we often consider the point that we personally have experienced, but there can be some factors that we never gave a thought about, or we don't credit them for the success or failures we have. An important luck that many of us are born with is the country where we are born. Being born in a rich or a decent country is in itself good luck. If you are a very hardworking person, but if you are born in a very poor country, then no matter how hard you work, the outcome you will get is won't be as equivalent as you will be in a richer country. Another kind of luck is having a good family. So if you are born in a relatively stable family, you won't be having to face many kinds of responsibilities, many kinds of problems, and you will be more focused on your own growth without having to worry about other things that the ones with the poor family or poor background will have to face. What the egocentric bias is telling us that we just focus on the thing that we know, and we forget about the things that which has significant influence on our life. Going to a good college will bring you more networking opportunities, will bring you more exposure to the future opportunities. So but we rarely credit our success to having a good family or being born in a good country. If we are just a product of our circumstances and our own hard work and all the things that we put efforts into, then talent, hard work seems to count for nothing. But the truth is we need both. Getting selected in a college, even though you have joined the same coaching, even though you had the same books, even though you had the same teacher, even though you had put all the works that your peer did, but still some of the students got into the college and some of didn't. Whether it is getting successful in business, finding love and relationship, or getting a job, there's always few things that makes few people get what they want and others don't. Lastly, I think we are unaware of good luck because as we saw in the definition, that it's not something that we did, but it was there and does influence. Even when you have studied hard and practiced what you could and tried to do everything, that doesn't guarantee that you will going to ace the exam. Just because someone has joined some classes, practiced some stuff, prepared for the interview and got in, that doesn't mean that you will be getting the same. One more example is from the athletes. In the 100 or 200 meter sprints, top performers has tailwind. Tailwind means a slight push by running winds, just enough to get ahead of the other racers. And because if you see the marathons, the difference is not the difference in fraction of seconds. So you can see the all the runners had practice, all the runners has their physique, all the runners has their stamina, but those with the tailwind got through the top. So this was the factor of luck, which brings me to the survivor bias. So now what survivor bias? Let's search one more time. What is survivor bias? So survivor bias occurs when researchers focus on individual, group or cases that have passed some sort of selection process while ignoring those who didn't. To explain, let's imagine you have a box of toys and we want to know which toys are the strongest. We took out the toys that weren't broken, which has some scratches, and we might feel that those were the strongest toys. But here's the trick: the toys that did broke might got hit other parts of the toy that weren't strong enough. Since you are only looking at the toys that were not broken, you are missing the essential information from the toys that were actually broke. And that's what actually happened in British military in World War II. They looked at the planes that came back from the war, and they saw that there were many bullets in some part of that planes, but they only looked at the planes that actually came back. So they thought that they must put more armors on the part where the bullet were hit, but they were missing something important. The planes that got hit in other places probably might not survive and get back at all. The suggestion was adding more armor to the places where there were very few bullet holes, because those spots were more likely to be hit and lead to plane being shot down if they get hit. So don't worry if the example is confusing. I'm not good at it yet. What survivor bias mean is they did something and they got succeed in that thing, and if they are suggesting us to do the same, there's no guarantee that same thing will happen to us, because there is survival bias. These things, rules, has created by those who survived, but what happened to others who didn't got through, who did the same thing, who has all their variables, who had all their plans in the same way, but some got succeeded and some didn't. So to learn from survivor bias is to get the whole picture of all those who participated in a thing, and some got succeeded, some didn't. So we have to learn from both of the things, not just those who got at the top or those who survived. It happened very often. We draw conclusion based on the selective data, leading to potentially misleading assumptions about success and failure. Doing things just because others did might not always lead to the expected outcomes. In stock investing, success stories of people who made thousands and millions of profits, leading other people to believe that it's easy to get rich by doing trading and stock investing. But there are countless examples of people who have lost significant amount of money, which are less talked about and creating a misleading picture. There are always stories of students who join expensive tuitions and coaching classes, achieve top ranks in exams. The whole industry runs on the fact this survivor bias that high cost education guarantees success. Just using those one or two pictures of toppers lead other peoples to create that dream and fantasy about their child as well. But there are many students who went through the expensive education but didn't achieve the same success, which are rarely mentioned. It's same for Indian competitive exams as well. Stories of individuals cracking the competitive exams, one of the toughest, like held by IITs and UPSC, after intense preparation, are highlighted, suggesting that with enough efforts anyone can succeed. But those who put the same amount of effort but didn't make it are less visible. So what survivor bias essentially means is whenever we are making a decision or doing something or setting goals, like here we do, we have to look at the things in both ways, where there are some successful inspirations for us, where people had done hard work, and they have put everything online and got succeeded. But also those who did the same things or even more than that but didn't get through. Survivor bias means to understand there can be some not that fair things that are out of our control that does influence the expected outcome. So you might have a question, Mayur, what's the conclusion here? You first explained the factor of luck, where the results were influenced by a factor which is beyond our control. And second, the survival bias, that doing everything right doesn't always guarantee expected outcomes, as success story often overshadow many of the unseen failures. Then you might ask, why to learn these things and implement?